I am curious, under a President Williamson, what your Middle East policy would look like. I've talked to many experts, and they say that Iran's fingerprints are all over the Hamas attack on October 7th, Hezbollah, the Houthis. What would U.S.-Iran relations look like under your presidency?
Those who say that Iran's fingerprints are on the activities of Hamas, on the activities of Hezbollah, and so forth are absolutely correct. And every intelligent observer understands that. But we have to think about, well, how are we going to handle that? And I believe, as difficult as it is, look, nobody is saying that achieving a two-state solution is going to be easy. Bill Clinton tried. Jimmy Carter had some great ideas. It's not like the efforts have not been made. Nobody is naive enough to believe, oh, that's going to be easy. The people on the far right as well as the far left say one state solution. One state solution seems to me like a total setup for the bloodiest of civil wars. But what is the alternative to trying here, which to me would be an effort at a two-state solution? The alternative is a conflict that would literally be a forever war. So we have simply got to take the steps. And I believe that a more powerful connectivity with the other Arab powers is important. Remember what happened here. Israel had signed the Abraham Accords. And so there are two main categories of things here. Israel had signed the Abraham Accords, but in the Abraham Accords, the Palestinians were given short shrift. Then Israel was about to do the agreement with Saudi Arabia. So both of those things, the agreement with Saudi Arabia did not make Iran happy. The Abraham Accords did not make the Palestinians happy. But what they do show is that there are Arab powers that are willing, more than willing, to have a relationship with Israel. But at this point, the peaceful relationship with Israel is imperiled by the lack of a two-state solution. So when you ask me in a Williamson presidency, what would be the main focus? That would be the main focus. And I want to say something else. A Williamson presidency long before now would have been far more vocal, saying to those such as Bibi, these settlements are illegal. This occupation is illegal. And you cannot, if history shows us anything, it's that large groups of desperate people become a national and international security risk. Because large groups of desperate people become a petri dish out of which all manner of personal and societal dysfunction is almost inevitable. That's how you got Hitler after World War I. And this is how these things happen. Large groups of desperate people. And that dysfunction, which can become malfunction, includes vulnerability to ideological capture by genuinely psychotic forces. We have got to take responsibility and have a more nuanced and understanding of the complications here. This thing was a tinderbox, and it has been a tinderbox for a very long time.
The images coming out of Gaza are obviously heartbreaking, and there's a lot of pressure on Israel now for a ceasefire. Do you think there needs to be more pressure on Hamas to release the hostages?
Of course. But once again, there were going to be those negotiations today. And Netanyahu said, I'm not going to show up at the negotiations until we have a list of names. Well, I'm sorry. The United States was ready to go with those meetings. Qatar was ready to go with those meetings. Even Hamas was ready to go with those meetings. We have got to try another way here.